Okay, hey guys. All right, so when I come to these shows, I have to be really careful because I don't want to offend anybody, but I do this because I like educating you. When I am teaching you how to do milk paint finishes, when I'm teaching you how to do cracked patina finishes, and a lot of you are like, why does this do this? And why? It's like you have to understand the reason why I use certain products and what they do for the end result. So I'm just going to tell you, we're here at the antique show in Nashville. It's one of the best antique shows in the country. But sadly, here's the deal. Most of the dealers that I'm looking at, these aren't real antiques. Now, do they have a pedigree? Yes. But are they 18th century? Are they early 19th century? No. And so they've been repainted a lot of times in the country of origin. And so I want to show you some finishes on them because one, it educates you. It raises your level of connoisseurship. And it's what I really try to teach my students in my Old World Finishing course. And a lot of the reasons why I do the finishes that I do. So are y'all ready? So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you some of them, and I have to be kind of quiet and my juice is low. So here we go. All right, so here's a booth. They've got really fabulous stuff. I love garden elements mixed into my interiors with moss. But look at this painted piece over here. It's a real pale kind of gray. There's a little bit of blue in it. It's more of a cooler color. So you've got your escutcheons here. Let's look at the texture on it. It's a dead flat finish. Look at this. It's got some beautiful cracking and some lifting on it. Now let's look at the price. So, hold on. All right, so now look at this. Here's a black credenza. Look at the finish that's on it. It's a combination. Here again, we've got some texture. Can you see that? We've got some texture, hence why we use cracked gesso. Look at this. So I want you to be able to see the distressing. Let's kind of pull back on this piece. You know, every room can take a little bit of black. Here's another little painted piece. Let's look at the price on it. There's not a price on that one. All right, I want to take you over here and I want to show you these cabinets on the other side. Could I slip by you real quick? All right, so now a lot of you when you're doing furniture, I want you to look at the base. So let's look at this for just a minute. So we've got this kind of cream base. You've got some detail in your black as far as areas, and then your top is darker, which anchors the bottom. This is totally a milk paint finish. Totally a milk paint finish. Let's look at the price on. Oh, that's their urns. Funny thing is, most of this furniture is also sold. This piece is sold. Look at this cabinet. Do y'all love that color of that blue? Look at that. Let's get close up. So see this color under here? That's your first coat. You've got your gesso. You've got your color, which this is kind of a Côte d'Azur, a Malfi mix color. And then do you see this in here? This is some glaze that's gone on top of this piece. And you want to make sure, now a lot of times these are waxed, but guys, don't buff it. You don't want a real sheen to it because that's what gives it just this really pretty dead matte finish with some protection. All right, so now let's look at this piece over here. This is a really sweet chest. Let's look at the price on this piece. So, $5,400. See the finish? Look at this. We've got some texture. Again, it's a dead flat matte finish. Look at this wear. This is your first color under here. You see how there's just a little bit of stain here. So this is our first color. This is our second. This is our third. And that way when we come back through and we're able to kind of give the detail to it, that's what allows us to be able to get this great look. Now, of course, y'all know me. Look at here. Here's our rolling coin. This is a finish that we do a lot with our cracked patina. So you've got your stain, then you've got your, what's the second color? That's with more like a Bauhaus buff, then a cracked patina. They come back on top of it with this pale gray and wear it through. Let's look and see how much. $4,800. Are you with me? So, what I want you to, one, if you've not taken my course, I put a course together, Milk Paint 101, where you have trim pieces, you have the milk paint. I take you through a video and I teach you how to be able to do that. If you love your house, let's just say you want to have some beautiful things like this in your house. This allows you to be able to create this look, guys, when these small chests, these small demi-lunes, these armoires, they're running $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a piece. You can recreate this look on pieces that you're going to be able to find at garage sales and estate sales this weekend. So look at the bones of the piece. Make sure it's a style and a scale that's something that you can emulate these looks, and then do it. It's not about just putting some chalk paint or some one-step paint on a finish. We need to look at texture. We need to look at combinations of a color of our top, the color of the base, pulling it through and allowing it to have depth and a beautiful finish. I promise it's going to take you to a whole new level and you're going to love it. So I'm going to continue to walk around, take some pictures. It's giving me a lot of ammunition of things I want to be able to teach you how to be able to recreate these finishes. Stay tuned. Okay. Here I am again. All right, so I want to take you in. I want to show you three pieces. Gosh, I wish y'all were here with me. We could like walk through and get so excited. Okay, so there's three pieces I'm going to show you. There's one in the very back. What I want you to do is I want you to look at the color combinations of it. Second one I'm going to show you is more chinoiserie. Remember, chinoiserie was actually created by the English because they wanted to be able to create the pieces that they couldn't get from the Orient. Whole other art history lesson I need to give you guys. Hey Maggie, hey Kathy. Okay, so there's three pieces I want you to see. So I'm going to go in this booth and I have to be fairly quiet. Again, I'm at the Nashville Antique Show, but I want you to see these. So all right, here we go. Okay, so look at this. I want you to look at the color combination. So you've got this gorgeous, sweet, kind of, it does have a yellow cast to it, but this cream. Look at the combination. Can you see the shadows and the blue and the gray that are on this? Now let's look at the center. Now, if we get down to the art and we look at it, guys, it's fairly crude. This is Trompe. See the shading and things on the side of this? The top is a faux marble. And so let's see if we can find the price on this piece. So they have this as an Italian painted chest. Do you see the price? Look how the knobs are painted, the color of the center, how that coordinates with the faux marble. Let's look at it. And that's such a sweet piece. Look how simple the lines are. So when you've, I'm so sorry. So when you've got a piece that has got very simple legs. Look at the legs. Look at the detail in the legs. See how that striping has gone down the side? See how they've striped it on the edge of the drawer? There's no detail. But that's the opportunity for you to be able to create a gorgeous trompe-l'oeil effect. And that's part of the reason why in doing this framework in the center. Isn't that yummy? So if you're wondering, what kind of paint was used on a piece like this? Casein, milk-based paint. Always, 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 always. All right, so you ready? Let's look at the next one. It's so pretty. So this is a Bombay chest with chinoiserie, and it's a Pastillo gesso. So when you look at it, there are certain elements of it that are raised like this. That's what makes it so pretty. Look at the small crackling in there. So pretty. This is done with a base color, and it has a glaze on top of it, and then your gold. Now, let's look at the other one that I wanted you to see. Let's come over here. Here, look at this. Fortuny. Yes. Yay. I want you to see this back here. Look at this. So when I show you these finishes, they're absolutely very well executed. But here's the other thing. They're all milk paint finishes, guys. That's why I try to teach you as far as base coating something in one step, in order to come back on top of it and do it with the milk paint and create the distressing and the finishes. That's part of the reason for the cracked gesso, because the cracked gesso will give you that beautiful fissure crack underneath your milk paint. So I just see these pieces. Did you see the price tags? I am like around here seeing pieces for $10,000, $11,000, $15,000. You can create this look for your own home. And for a lot of you, you love being creative and you're like, oh my gosh, I should do this and paint this for other people. Yes, you should. Especially if this just makes your heart go pity-pat like it does mine. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all are gonna get so tired of me today. Do you wanna say hey?
We're having so much fun.
What's your favorite thing so far?
Being with you.
Oh, that was the right answer. I didn't prompt him for that. Okay, so I just want you to see a couple of things over here. One, I think the thing that I want you to really think about is how a lot of you are distressing things. Hey, Ginger. How you are distressing things. You overdo it. Sorry, is that bad? So let me just kind of show you as far as, and I don't want my phone to die. All right, so I'm gonna come over here. I want you to see it because I can't talk a whole lot when I go in these precious people's booths. Okay, here we go. Let's turn this around. Look at this secretary. You know how a lot of people are thinking that things have to be really, really worn? They don't. Guys, I want you to look at where the wear is. Look at the, look, let's just look at it for just a minute. Look how pretty it is. See just how, the secretary, by the way, is $12,500. It's more Swedish in nature, simple. But look, see how there's very little wear to it. Look at this. You've got just a little bit of wear here. That's why I talk about the subtlety of this. Look at this. Let's look at the side. Do you see what I'm saying? All right, so let's come over here. I want to show you. Look at this. Now, I'm going to tell you what this piece has going for it. It's this gorgeous, gorgeous blue. Gorgeous blue. I could mix this blue up in an Amalfi Coast with a little bit of noir and maybe a little bit of a blue pigment. So as far as kicking that up, look how the top is darker than the bottom. So it anchors it. It's a visual anchor, but it's still in the same color family. So this top has a little bit of texture to it. It's just yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. You see this color? I'm creating a little bit of shadow. Look at the wear on it. It's just ever so slight. Ever so slight. So pretty. Thank you. Okay, look at this piece. The scale on this is just yummy. Look at that. This was another piece that I loved. Look at the scale of it. It's just adorable. But it's just so subtle. Very subtle. There's not a whole lot of wear to it. See the way it's just ever so slightly around the edges. Look at this. Okay, that piece is to die for. Don't you love this? Look at the art on the wall. I hope just doing these videos inspires you. Now, I'm going to show. I've got to show you what you see when you come into. Oh my gosh! Literally the smell is absolutely amazing. Look at this, guys. They have planted all of these tulips and all the flowers, all the shrubs. I am smelling. Oh my gosh! This is what I'm smelling. It's literally taking my breath away. It's so gorgeous. Look at this. And I love the fact that they've got this Gracie wallpaper. They have just created these tents. Does that not make you just wish for spring? It's just absolutely fabulous. This is part of the centerpiece of the Nashville Antique Garden Show. There are people everywhere. They canceled it last year because of COVID, but this year it is back with a vengeance. And I just wanted to take you here and show you, and hopefully these finishes are going to inspire you to start looking at things differently, looking at your color palette, how you can create really a lot of drama and detail in the pieces that you're doing. Let's raise our level of connoisseurship and let's do finishes that just make our hearts jump. Instead of just doing the standard paint and wax, I want you to start experimenting with mill paint. Okay, so I thought I'm taking y'all on our adventure here in Nashville. I wanted to tell you we saw some friends at the garden show and they said, okay, there's this great restaurant in Nashville called Rolfe and Daughter. Daughters or Daughter? Rolfe and Daughters. And they were like, Martha Stewart was one of the guest speakers at the garden show today, and they said Martha Stewart came here for dinner last night. So what does Gene Howard do? He gets reservations at Rolfe and Daughters. And so I thought it would be fun just to be able to show you, this is our Valentine's weekend. So what are the Howards going to do? We're going to go look at antiques and we're going to shop and then we're going to eat. So I want to show you the menu first of all. Let me turn this around. So we're at Rolfe and Daughters and we have ordered the chicken livers. Yum, look at this. So Jean is showing you, so it's chicken livers and what, babe? Do you remember?
Garlic, I think.
Let me see. Chicken liver mousse with fennel and radicchio jam. Yum. Jean, do you want to learn how to cook? All right, so, and then we have this gorgeous kale salad. So they're like share plates. So Jean's cutting that up. We share all of our food. So we loved the combination of it, and I thought I want everybody to know this is a fabulous restaurant here in Nashville. Just continuing on with our journey. So when you're shopping for antiques, when you're buying all kinds of stuff, you get hungry and then you have to stop and have an early dinner. So funny, Jean said, oh my gosh, normally 5 o'clock is like the senior citizen time to eat. And he's like, we're the oldest people in here. There's a bunch of young people in here eating and the food is supposed to be spectacular, especially if Martha Stewart had dinner here last night. Have a great Friday night, everybody. Hopefully this weekend you're celebrating Valentine's. You're having some beautiful dinners together, even maybe with your galentines. But thank you so much. Y'all are so sweet. I'm so excited. There's going to be more things we'll share with you as we shop again tomorrow. Have a great night.